This doesn't require a long intro. I'm just going to show you how to build an automation that you can sell to a business and make money from it right now. It's going to be detailed. There's going to be lots of information. Watch to the end, but this is going to be the most valuable video and the most valuable automation that you're going to watch and can use straight away right now. So let's quickly get into it and build it out and show you how you can get this at the end. So let's get going. Let me quickly do a demo. So if Andrea comes in here, she fills her details in here. Her business is called Golden Hair Salon. I really like the word golden. She is a hairdressing industry. Her telephone number is something like that, and the actual valid email address. She consents, obviously. Just a little blank form that I created. Hit the submit button. That details is going to come to the automation. ChatGPT is going to create something for us. It's going to add it to the slide with all the details we've filled in. It's going to create a customized email. It's going to take that email and send it through with the file attached to it. And we're going to update our Highlevel because now they are in our CRM and they are in our funnel. So in here, they are now part of pretty much the first step in here. So if we come in here, they're going to be part of the step process in here. There's not going to be someone random. So just what it would look like from a high level side of things, if we come in here and search the contact, we see that they've entered their details and they updated their business details. But we also have all this information in here on the side. And when we look at the notes, we'll see an actual link that's been put in there as well. So really good, informative. It's add a tag, so you can, once you add the tag, it obviously can move them over into a pipeline. So really good combining high level with automations like this. So what would it look like if Andrea filled this all in? It's going to open my email in here. So we just got a personalized email. Say, hey, I'm Andrea. This is the agency. Other clients like this, a little bit of case in here. There's so much value. Please look at the automation for us. There, or look at the slide for us. So I've just come into the slide, and again, personalized opening message in the slide because we can do it. And then we refer to Andrea wherever we can. We refer to the business wherever we can, and we refer to the niche wherever we can in here. And it's just a basic slide. What I'm going to show you is how to fill in these automatically in a slide so you can create your own slide, your own presentation, and be really creative with this. This is just something I kind of do out the hook, is just to get someone into my automation. So that's how it all works. That's a live demo. So now let's go through and start setting this up. So we'll start from the start. I'm going to hit the save button in here. Okay, let's just quickly talk about why this automation is so valuable and so important. Now, most high-ticket clients aren't just going to straight out buy something that's, especially if it's a high-ticket price. Usually what we need to do is we need to get them into our ecosystem, get them into a funnel, guide them through, and either sell something to them or even upsell if they're already clients. Now, getting people into your funnel can be really hard, and to get them into a funnel, we do what's called giving them a lead magnet, so they can enter their details, they become a lead, they become someone into your funnel. And lead magnets can be anything. It can be videos, it can be courses, it can be, for example, try a system, like in here where I have a try it before you buy it, and they can go test the system. Or even like in this example, I show you how to set up a outbound caller, so when they click an ad, the voice AI will actually call them, and it proves the validation of who and what you are and that your system works. So therefore it sparks the interest and they become part of your leads that hopefully go through in here. And this is what makes this so good. You can actually create a presentation, slides for your business, for your client's business, and something you can on sell. So, and it's very specific to the client. So it's just extra information for them to get them into that first step. So for example, in here, what it will do, it will send out a personalized email, and I just put this little bit together, but it's all about golden life coaching and how it can change their business. And obviously this can be editable, edit as many things as you want, but I want to show you the automation that actually gets you to edit Google Sheets. It makes it really valuable to create sheets like this. So to get into this automation, all we're going to do is use Highlevel as our CRM for it. So Highlevel, in here you can build any sort of form, add the form to websites, landing pages, emails, or you can just add the leads manually, and I'll show you how to do all that. And we'll go through the entire step of creating all this really fast, and we'll go over it. And the first thing we need is a form, kind of like this. And the form, obviously, we can go and attach anywhere we see fit. Okay, so we're going to come to Highlevel, we're going to come to sites, we're going to come to forms, and we're just going to create a new form. So we're going to create a new form from blank. And obviously, I will show you how and where to get this little automation as well if you want to download it and just actually start it with the actual prompts. But I'm just going to show you how to build all these out and where it's come from and the problems I got received with it. So our basic form in here, and this is just going to be called the YouTube demo form. Now, all we want to do is we want to send a couple of things over to our Make automation. So we want to send a name over. You don't have to worry about a last name. You technically don't have to worry about an email, a phone number, because we're not going to use it. But it's good to have a phone number in your system, right? We need that in there so we can add them part of the funnel and start doing extra things with it. So again, these are things that you need to mention to your client when you want to sell them a system like this, the actual value. It's not just a one-step process, it's a multiple funnel step process. But let's get into building all this. So we're going to have our form, and what we need for the person to do is fill out the form. We also need their business details, and in Highlevel it's called organization. This is going to come in here, and we're going to call this business name, and we're going to hit the save button. And the last thing we need is, what you need to do is you just need to come into custom fields. So by default, Highlevel has a bunch of things in here, but you also need to create a thing called a custom field for the niche, because we want to type in what business they are in. So we can take that and edit it into ChatGPT and mention it in our slide presentation. And again, if you're going to set this up for anyone else, and you might want to ask for a real estate agent if they're buying or selling, it's just going to be creating a custom field and just creating a new field in a single line, and eventually it will appear down here. And I've already done that in here. I have a custom field in here called business niche. So these are the things in here, and we just have the button here that is going to be green, so I know we'll make it purple. Just going to hit the submit button in here, hit the save, and now this form you can use in any sort of website or landing page that you need. So I'm not going to go through adding it in a landing page. You should know how awesome Highlevel is to do all this. I'm just going to hit the preview button so we have it open here on the side. So now we need to send this data that we collect to make.com. So it's going to come here, duplicate this page, move this one to the side. So you're going to come to make.com. Again, it's free to register. It's free to use. I have a full basic course on make.com and the basics on it, but I'm going to come through here and we're just going to go create a new scenario. Now, to get anything from an external source into make.com, we use what is called webhooks. Webhooks is sending data from one application, Highlevel, to another application, and you do it via webhooks. Sometimes you send data from Highlevel to make.com, edit that data, and then send it on to another application. So this is kind of how it works, but I'm going to come in here and we're just going to go create a new scenario. So we're going to go create new scenario, and we're going to start the scenario. Always save it. There's not an auto save in make.com. So YouTube slide demo, give it a name, and we're going to say add new. This is going to be our trigger. So what is going to trigger this event? It's going to trigger when we receive a custom webhook, and we're just going to add that in here. And we're going to add a webhook, and we're going to call this the YouTube slide. What is it doing? We're going to add a webhook, I'm going to call this the YouTube slide demo. And we're just going to say save, and it's going to give us a webhook URL right there. So just leave this like this. So to send the data from our form to make.com, we're going to use a high level automation. So that's save. We are going to come to automations. You are going to create a new workflow, start from scratch. And this workflow is going to be YouTube slide demo. So what is going to trigger this? So we have two automations happening in theory. We have a form that fills out, and it's going to trigger an automation where we send the form details to make.com, and then make as an automation where it receives the details and sends it over to make a bunch of extra things to it and change the data. So what's going to be the trigger in this? It's going to be a form submitted. And the form we're going to submit is this one here. We call this YouTube demo from school. Hit the save button. Now, once you select the form, what should it do? It should send data via a webhook. And webhook in here, you're going to hit this. And this is where it asks for a URL. So what you need to do is, we're going to come back to our make. We're going to just don't click there, hit copy address, and it's going to copy that to your clipboard, and you'll be able to post this in here. And now, what this does is it will send the entirety of a go high level contact to the make scenario. Okay, so that's all good. We'll get the phone number, we'll get the email address, we get a bunch of stuff from the contact in there. So just so it's easier to dig out, we're just going to add custom data. So let me just come in here, show you in here. So this is literally everything you get from that bundle that comes over from high level. And you can see there's a bunch of extra stuff in here that we kind of don't want. So you're going to receive this regardless. It's going to come through, and these are all the custom values that I have in my high level, because I do a lot of things for it. You have your location ID, you got your workflow data. But just to pick stuff out easier, we're going to go and create custom data for us. And it's just going to be a copies of all these, just so it's easier for us to get out of here. That's why we're going to come in here. We're going to add the custom data. And this is going to be contact name. And we're just going to go in here, contact, and we have first name in here. Then we're going to go have, don't have a capital in there, business name, and we're just going to link that up to our contact business. And what's that called? It's actually called something else. I think it's called, go away in here. Is it called business? Contact business name. What was it called? Company name. Hold on a second. Let me just check this actually. We have company name is actually what it's called. So this high level's fancy naming things. Company. Why is it not picking this up? Company name. Contact company name. And then we're going to have that niche. So we'll call this biz niche. And we're just going to search for niche in here, and it will be a custom field. And again, it does not like my searches in here. Search niche. And I'm pretty sure I have this in as an actual contact. Alright, let me go see why it doesn't want to show this up in here. It's going to hit the save in here. And I'm pretty sure we have that as a custom value. And we have that as full name business niche. Did I spell that wrong? Let's just have a look through here. Hairdressing, look for hairdressing. Business niche. Will help if we do really good spelling. And again, oh, now I deleted all of it. So start over, messed all this up. Webhook. Webhook is going to be this. Copy. And we'll paste that in here. Add the custom data, and this is going to be contact name. So obviously don't have to do all this, but we have this in here to make it easier for us later on. Business name, come in here, company name, and we're going to come in niche. Business niche. Now see, that's where I messed it up. Right, so long way around things. Pretty much all we've done is just saying send all the contact details to this webhook when we fill in this form, but also send up some custom fields for us. So I'm going to close that one so we can just drag it out easier. So what we're going to do is hit save in here. You're going to run, also save this. We're going to run this once, let it run. We're going to make sure that automation is enabled, and we're going to test this one. David, business name is Golden Plumbing, because we like plumbing. I'm just going to add a number. I need to make sure we have different numbers. And we are just going to add this in here, hit the submit button. So when we hit submit, this automation should trigger, that sends it to the next automation. So hit the submit button and bam, instantly receive a bunch of data. So this is what I mean, that the data can get a lot and it can get quite confusing. So you scroll down, you'll see you'll have your contact ID is something we're going to need really soon. First names in here, and we're going to come to custom data, and it's all in here. Great, now we have our data. Now let's start manipulating this. So first things first is we're going to just build a bit of a custom message to add into our slide. So what you need to do is you need to come to OpenAI platform, form OpenAI, and you just need to log in. You can log in with your Google credentials. Once you have logged in, you just need to buy a bit of credit. So you're not signing up to OpenAI to a ChatGPT program is different. What we want to do is you kind of come into settings in here. You're going to come to API keys, and you're going to enable or add a new API key. But first, obviously, you need to come and add some credit in here. Yeah, I've been using this for a while. Doesn't take much, but we need an API key. Once you have your API key, we are going to come in here and we're going to say add a model. And now when you look into ChatGPT or OpenAI, you will see a lot of extra models to use. So there's a lot of different options to use. We can chat to assistants, transform data, create images, just about anything an AI can do. But what we're going to do in here is we're just going to create a chat. Okay, so you're going to come in here. If you don't have a connection in here, you're going to say add connection. And you're going to add your API key, name it in here, but I already have one in here. And I have that working. So it's going to load up in here. And all you have to do is, first things first, is we're going to select our chat module in here. And it's going to be whichever one you prefer. For basic small tasks, I think that ChatGPT Mini is the way to go. So we're going to hit this in here. And what we need to do is, I'll open this up here. So we're going to program it like an assistant. We are going to tell it that what they are, who and what they are. So you go to the assistant, or you can go to development. But those are things how you program the assistant, and then the user is going to be the user input. So who and what this chat GPT is, and the user input. So I'll show you in here what I did and what it looks like, and I'll copy the prompt in here. Let's give it a second to load. It's been really slow today. Don't know if it's overuse, more use in here, but I'm going to come and program the assistant, and what I'll do is I'll copy all this over so we can look at it in here. And I just tell the assistant what it's going to do, how I want it programmed. And that is basically for the first message in here. So I just want a custom message for my first bit of opening paragraph in here. So this is the only reason. You don't have to do this. I've just built this in here to show you how this works so we can actually have this. But this is how I create this message. So I tell the assistant what it is. I say who, what, and who you are, because I like Russell Brunson. And I'm going to tell her that we're going to get and give you some details. And I want you to create a personalized message for the business name, the person, the niche, and just create a bit of example and briefly talk about how AI agents and phone agents are going to be good for them. So I'll leave this prompt open here for a second, and you can save this if you want. Obviously you'll get this in here, but all it does is going to help us create that opening message really, really good, rather than putting it all into one prompt. So once you have this prompt, I'm just going to copy in here, and just move back to this one, and I'm going to say you as the assistant is going to be this. So this is who and what you're going to be. And then the user input is, if you think about ChatGPT, this is going to be the assistant, and what are we going to ask it? What information are we going to give it? We're going to now map those fields in here. And again, we can come in here and I'll show you. I just copied this in here. So now I give it data. I say, you need to do these things and do these things with this data. So the input we're going to give it is, you are a business name, your business name is this, you receive a form, and the person's first name is, and we're going to come here. So now it's easy to find. Instead of going through all of this, we're just going to scroll down so we get the custom data, and the person's name is David. Their business name is business name. Their business niche is plumbing. Alright, so it's going to hit the save button, and we're going to run all this again. So hit save in here. What did we miss? What did we miss? I think we missed something here. See how it gives an error? Sometimes swapping across. So we have the model name, we have the role name. I always like to just delete that so you get unlimited tokens, and hit save. And now it's gone away. I think I just didn't save fast enough. Good. So what I'm going to look at, it is going to create a custom message for us. So let's just go run this again, and I'm going to come back in here, and you can just run this as many times as you want. So this is going to be Mark, and the business name is going to be Golden Roofing, and we're going to be in roofing, and the phone number is going to be that, and the email address is going to be that. Hit this, run that. It's going to send the data over to us. It's going to capture it. ChatGPT is going to do some stuff to it. So it's done this, and it got this prompt for it. So, hey Mark, thank you for taking interest. Nice little personalized welcome message right here. So now we have a couple of things. We have a welcome message, we have a name, we have a phone number. Alright, phone number we're not going to use. So we have a business name, business niche, and we have this phone number in here. So now let's link this all up into Google Slides. So a couple of things you need to do. If you do not or have not connected Google up to Mac.com, you're going to have to come through and do a bit of work on it. So it's a matter of coming in here and connecting Google Slides to Mac.com, and there is a document to follow in here, and likewise what you need to do is connecting Google Drive. Okay, so there's a couple of instructions that you need to follow to connect your Google accounts to Make.com. It's very basic, it's set out in here, but pretty much you need to create your own API key as well for all of this. But that's alright, it's done in and it happens quite easy for it. So, and most likely what's going to happen, because I didn't save my API key for this, is I might not get it to work again on this, but we'll work for the other scenario where it works anyway. But we have our Google Slides that you need to connect, and you need to know how to connect Google Drive, and there's a couple of things to go through. So most of the time Google Slides kind of just works out the box anyway, but the problem comes with Google Drive. So first things first is we're gonna go to Google Slides. Let's Google Slides and come in, sign in. We're gonna call this one YouTube demo for AI automation. And then should we just load it up a blank slide and see what there is? Is there any AI templates? Leadership framework. Insert all slides. Come on, here we go. Welcome to the leadership framework. Now, in fact, what we'll just go in here, and we're just going to create blank slides for all of this. So let me just delete this one, and we're going to duplicate, Control C, Control V, Control V. Alright, so what I want to show is how you can add those custom values. So anytime you have something in curly brackets, that's going to be the custom value. So we're going to add this in here. It's going to be welcome message, and we're going to come in here and we're going to copy this and add the text, and this is going to be name, no, curly brackets, name, and we're going to come off to the next one and we're going to add business name, and we're going to copy this and we're going to just add niche. Alright, so anything, anywhere you're going to add these little curly brackets in, it's going to add it into it. So we can now just go in here and we're going to copy these. So welcome message can stay there. And I'm just going to hit the Control C button. Come here. No, don't like that. Come. Just highlight the text. You just need to make sure they're the same. Name, start here. Alright, just going to play like that all the time. That's alright. We are going to make the color of a black. Control A, get in there. No, did that wrong again. Control A. Come on, Google Slides. And remove it to white background, and we're going to add black text to it. So just in like that, we're going to call this business name like that, business name. So it should just work. Sometimes my spelling is the worst. Alright, so get the idea. You're going to have this in everywhere. And we're going to call this, and I call it in the top, name, niche. And I hit this in here. Right, so We're going to hit this in here. Now remember this in here, and we're going to come back to our automation. So we're going to add a Google Slide, and you'll see the next step in here. There's lots of Google Slides, but we're going to create a presentation from a template. So Google Slide, and we're going to come, not get presentation, but create a presentation from a template. And it didn't like that. Google Slide, create a presentation from a template. I'm missing something in here. Why does it not want to do this? It adds that. So, Google Slides, verified accounts, and we're going to create a presentation. Alright. Create a presentation from a template. So, the title is just going to be, come down here, we're going to call this Mark's Golden Roofing Slide. Alright, so what are we going to call this? So it's going to create a presentation from the template for us, and we're going to give it a new name in here, and it's going to be in Google Drive, and we're going to choose the presentation that we want to use, and we call this YouTube demo for AI. We're going to have that one in here. Now what it should do is load, and there you go. So it loaded those custom fields that we have. So we just got to map it. So the result is going to come in there. The name that we have is going to come there. The business name in there, and a niche in there. See how we've set things up, and it becomes really easy and really good once we have a good setup. So now once we have it in there, where we're going to save it, we're going to save it into our slides template in here. Right, hit the save button. Right, set up in here. Let's run this. Come back, reload this, and always think of a new name. Sally. Golden Med Spa. Med Spa. Add another number. And 31, and add another email, and hit the submit button. Oh no, it didn't like that email. Phone number. Doesn't like that stuff. Submit. I'm not a robot. Alright, it's going to get it. It's going to update the data, and it's going to create a Google Slide for us. So let's load up Google Slides. So we're halfway done. So we've done a lot. We're halfway done. It's created a slide for us, and it's saved the slide now in our Google Drive. Remember how we said in here, save it in our Google Drive slides. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to go to Google Drives, sign in. We're going to look for slide. Come on. We're going to look for slides. And remember we said, who do we have here? Because I've done it a few times now. We have the name, the custom name, Sally Golden Spa. So, Sally Golden Spa Medical Clinic. Here we go. Let's open that one. And as you can see in here, so you need to figure out your spacing. So when you're going to create this, your spacing needs to be on point, okay? So obviously I need to add the spacing, add the font for this, because it's going to come in here, but it's created a custom message in here, and you can just drag it out, make it bigger. But this is the custom message that ChatGPT created for us, and this is the name, so it automatically updated the name. It added the med spa name, Golden Med Spa, and it added niche, and then you can just add it in wherever you want. Golden Med Spas, and what's the other one we added? Med Spas in here, your niche. Okay, so that's almost perfect like that for you to start now customizing your own bits to it. So literally a 3-step automation that creates a file for you, right, from nothing, and also makes it very personalized. So you can be creative with this. If you are selling a med spa business and they might be selecting, for examples, the med spa student that filled it, a client that filled it out, and they say they're interested in Botox, you might send them a welcome pack on Botox, the advantage of Botox, the frequently asked questions about Botox, and then reassure them, hey Sally, when you come to our hair salon, or when you come to our med spa clinic, you don't have to worry, these are the terms, blah, blah, right? So you can literally build anything out of this by using, number one, AI to create messages, and number two, using the Google Slide to add things up into it. But this in itself is pretty cool value, but we need to add a couple of things to it. Let's start emailing it now, and also start sending out and updating your CRM, because this adds more value, okay? Throughout my course, I talk about adding actual value to what you give and what makes you stand out. So if you're going to go sell this with everyone else that's going to sell automations, yeah, it's going to be cool and someone's going to get it. But what if I tell you my automation actually emails out the email, then after emailing it out, it updates your high level and it shows you who are interested clients or not. And this is the second part we're going to build out. So after we do this, the next step is to download a file to send over there and to create a custom message. So we're going to zoom out a little bit, and again, Google Drive, Google how to add Google Drive to Mac.com, because it can be a little bit hard. So I come to Google Drive and you can see there's a lot of modules to it, but we're going to use the download module form, and it's connected, and we're going to enter a file ID. So a file ID we're going to get from this module here. See how you hover over it, how that glows? So our file ID is going to be in there, and it's going to hit save. So this downloads the actual file for us, and it downloads it into like the memory of make.com for now. So after this, we're going to use the ChatGPT to write a custom message. Open AI, we're going to create a custom prompt. You're going to connect that up, and we are going to select our model is going to be ChatGPT Mini, and I'll show you what I did in here. I just gave it a one-off prompt. I didn't make a system prompt in here. I just gave it a once-off prompt. And I'll open Notepad again for you. So the good thing about emails is that emails can actually send in HTML. So we want HTML in there. So it's going to copy this over, bring it in here, and we're just going to enter a couple of times so you can see what happens. Oops. And here, and here, and here. So all I'm going to tell it is, this is a welcome message that was created earlier on. So we created our welcome message. I now want you to create a personalized email address. Start with the email tags, create headings, sections, and make it professional. Tell them that we are going to attach the slide to you, and I want you to say a couple of cool things down the bottom and then add the result to it. So I'm going to come delete this, don't save that. And again, you can get all this if you really need to. Come in here, and this one's just going to be user role. We're going to add the text in here, and the result is still from there previously. So if you don't have that in there, it's going to delete that. So the result comes from this module in here. So I'm going to come in here, and we're just going to map the result in here. All right. So we're going to get data. We're going to create a welcome message. We're going to update a slide. We are then gonna download the file, create a welcome message, and now I like Outlook as my email client. Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. We are gonna create and send a message. So I connected my Outlook account, and what's the subject gonna be? It is gonna be business name, product slide. the body content is going to be the result we get from here. Now, we haven't run this yet. That's all right. We're just going to come and hit the result straight in there, and it should kind of work. Who are we going to send it to? We are going to send it. See how this makes it easy? We are going to send this to... Oh, I did not add the email address in there. See, my mistake. We should have added this in here to make it easier for us, but that's all right. It's in there already. I just got to search through it. Email address, okay? So, that's all right. It's in there. It's going to happen like this. So, what are we going to attach? Our attachment is going to be our Google Drive file. Awesome. Hit that attach. Is that happy? All right. Let's run this again. So this time I, however, need to actually add my proper email address in here. So let me just go copy my email address. And what we're going to look for this time. So we're going to call this Kelly. Business name is going to be electrical service. So Golden service, spelled that's horrible. Electricians, spelled that bad as well. Phone number and email address at the consent. We have not added run to this. And hit submit. So almost done. Really almost done. So it's getting the data. It's creating a welcome message. It's updating a slide for us. Once it's updated the slide, make sure you don't do too big a slides. It's going to go down at the file for us. It's going to create a custom message. And it's going to attach the file, send the file away. So let me come to my email address. And hold on, let me open my email on the side. Alright. Let's just give this in here. Golden electrical product, and it's attached all our goobery good in there. Obviously didn't edit this, so again, edit your own slide, do whatever you need to do, but you can see how we've added our custom messages in here. Okay, so literally so much more you can do. There's absolute endless possibilities into making this into an absolute amazing lead magnet, especially selling this to a business. Okay, so almost done. So all we're going to do is the last parts in here is you really don't need to do the rest. You can. I really think it's good to start adding tags to our clients in the business name, and then also adding that as a shared drive. So all we're going to do in here is go to Go High Level, a lead connector. So we have lead connector in here. Make sure you add your account, but first thing we're going to do is we're going to update an account. So once we update an account, we're going to add a tag to that account that they're now a positive lead. So all we're going to do is update a contact, and I'll just show you the idea behind this. So you need to connect your Go High Level account, and once it's connected, we need to update this contact ID. So everyone in High Level has got an actual contact ID. So why is this so slow? So while that loads in here, every contact has a contact ID, and that makes them unique to High Level in that position. So you'll see in here, we just have to drag it out where we have the contact ID in here, and that's what we're going to use to update the tag if this loads. Alright, so I'll make sure that my actual High Level is connected. I think it's the third one in here. And the contact ID we're going to bring over from all our information in here. Just need to search through. It's usually the one with the odd number. And now we know that this person we're going to update as anything we want. Alright, so it's going to be, whether it's a calendar lead, you're going to add your own contact to it, your own tag to it. Once someone adds a tag to it, you can build automations to add them for the pipeline. Alright, but we're going to add the tag to that. Once we have the tag, we're going to find our file, create a shared drive. So Google Drive, and it is called get a shared link. So you know how you have shared links in here, where we can go share this and share the link. We're going to have that link. We're going to be able to share it and put it into our Highlevel folder contacts. So we're going to search for a shared link. Create folder, get a shared link. So I want to add that share link into our contacts. So whoever's the owner in the CRM can actually look that up. So file ID, you know where we get it. We are going to get our file ID in here. The role is going to be reader. Anyone with the link can have it, and it's going to hit save. Then we're going to get this URL, and we're going to go to lead connector, Highlevel lead connector, and we're going to update a note. Add a note. So we're going to add the note. Now I just need to make sure it's our last one. Contact ID. Where's our contact ID is going to come from? You guessed it, from the previous module back there. Contact ID. So contact ID in here. Make sure it says contact ID. There's some other IDs in here that's not right. Location ID. And in the body, we are going to put get shared link, and it is going to be called, where is it? Is it web content link? Let me just quickly check this. It is shared link. Why did I not see this? Ah, shared link is right there. Right, so hit the save button. Let's run this. I'm going to come in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my Highlevel. I'm going to come to contacts, and I am going to find this, delete this, delete, dismiss. Alright, we're going to refresh this. This is running. So let's watch everything it does. This is going to be running out of names to think. Clark. Our business name is going to be, we have roofers, we have plumbers, we have electrical services, house wash. So golden house washing. House washing. Add a number in there. And see if it likes that. Make sure I use the email address that we like. Hit the submit button. That's going to go. It's going to receive the data. Create your custom welcome message for your slides. It's going to create the slide from the templates. And it's going to download the slide. It's going to create a custom email. Nice. Thank you for the email. And send the email. It's updated Highlevel. It got the shareable link, everything in there. So hit the refresh button here. Some days I just feel like everything is going slow. Right. Kalark has this in here. And you see it created an opportunity in here because I have an opportunity workflow for this. But what we have in here is we have our notes. And we have this, and when we click on it, so whoever our owner is of this contact or business owner will see what we actually created, and the actual client will be in a custom pipeline, and they would also receive an email in here, personalized message, and we have our image in here, or a slideshow. So there you go. That's pretty much it. So I built that out from scratch from you. Obviously, I'll give you a chance to download this if you want to download it and use it yourself. It's a really powerful automation to bring people into your funnel. It's what I tried to explain at the start. That's what makes it that absolutely important. And you need to just be creative and use it in anything. If you're going to target real estate, it might be sales. If you're going to be able to send a whole list of details for their area, contact details, connect them to the right sales agent, send this right sales agent their actual contact details or a portfolio of what that sales agent has. It's totally, you can go absolute crazy in here by getting data into Make, editing it, adding it into a slide, sending it, and updating your CRM. That's what I wanted to demo in through here. So really hope all that makes sense. And obviously, this is everything we do in this awesome school community that I have. It's all these cool things that are going to be in the classroom and here in our new Make module, and you'll be able to download all these things. But not only that, we are doing voice AI. It's so important. Voice AI, it's the new thing that's really hot in 2025, and we have a bunch of high-level tutorials, 5 days to launch our agency, setting up voice AI on high-level, VAPI, Synflow, retail, having chatbots to sell on, massive cold email system to send out cold emails. And of course, once you join up, the absolute amount of bonuses is actually insane. Where you get high level, you get Make, you get email boxes, you get niches, you get SMS features that just about no one actually offers, and just really a hard ton of actual learning material. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed this, really hope it makes sense, and really hope it add value to you. So thank you for watching.